Welcome to the broadcast. You are here with Heroes Group. My name is Sadeek Colquitt, and I just want to say thank you, first of all, for allowing me to present this evening. It is much appreciated. I am the founder and executive director for the Plant Based African Center for Nutrition. We are based out of Chicago, but we work with people across the globe in terms of overall health. And our specialty is disease mitigation, right? Reducing heart disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, and even working with some forms of cancer. So this evening, I want to have a holiday discussion. We are a week before Thanksgiving, and then after that, we are 4 weeks out from Christmas. But I want to have a serious discussion. Want to talk about our heart health during this time of the year, and then I want to give some helpful suggestions or tips, things that have helped me and several of our clients at the Plant Based African, and just people that we've worked with over the years. So I want to start out want to read this quote to you. This is information from the George Washington University Hospital, and it talks about this time of the year. And so I'll just read it, and this will get us started into the discussion. The holiday season is a time that is traditionally associated with togetherness and celebration, but the festivities often take more of a toll on people's health than they may realize. Even while your heart may be full of joy, it may unknowingly be more at risk of having a serious cardiac event. In fact, not only do more people have heart attacks during the winter holidays, but they are more likely to die from them between December 25th and January 1st than at any other time of the year. So that quote is one, enlightening. If you didn't know that, many people do know that the holiday season is not only a time of joy for many because you get to reconnect with family. Uh, Life slows down a little bit. You get maybe a little time off from work, and then we have family time off from work, and we're also eating. And so, what's interesting about this is the nickname in parts of the industry is heart attack season, and so many of you may have heard that already. And then, if you reflect on family members or events or that have taken place over time, you may have been affected by someone who's had an issue with heart disease during this season, whether they had heart attack, maybe somebody succumbed to it, maybe there was a stroke, but certainly the data supports and the data extrapolated over time that this is the season, so much so that they've narrowed it down to between December 25th or so and January 1st, where most of the heart attacks occur for the entire year. And that is just some extraordinary data to actually sit with, right? And so, because that's what the data shows, it's not just by happenstance or it's not because it's cold outside, although there are several factors that may play a role. But when I am actually having a conversation with clients or with audiences, or if I'm speaking, I like to think practically about what happens when we turn the corner in the fall, right? We're inside more, depending on what our job is. We become more sedentary. The temperature goes down, so we're not moving as much, and we're trying to stay warm and getting under some blankets. We also start to eat more for comfort, right? In terms of how we spend our evenings. So we know that, hot chocolates and drinks and those things become important, along with foods like macaroni and cheese and fatty soups, or what have you. But what's interesting is the events that kick off in the fall, like football and it's basketball season, and those things are accompanied by more food. So you got game food, you've got holiday food, you've got the NBA is going on, the NFL is going on. You have the end of baseball season, you have hockey season. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And all of these things are underscored or undergirded by food. So there's a reason that the data supports that this is heart attack season. And to that end, I just want to talk a little bit about cholesterol. And last time, I believe we talked about diabetes, but I specifically want to talk about cholesterol, which is really the floor or the beginning of heart attack or stroke events in the body. So, cholesterol is a fat-like kind of waxy substance, right? That helps your body. You actually need cholesterol. It helps your body make cell membranes, hormones. It helps you produce vitamin D. And the cholesterol in your body, right, only comes from two sources. There are only two sources of cholesterol. The first source is your liver. So, and many people don't know this, but this is how your biology works. So, from birth until you take another journey from this physical plane, your body makes all of the cholesterol you will ever need. Okay, so I want to just say that and underscore that your body already via the liver makes all of the cholesterol you need. Okay. So you are perfectly calibrated. Your cholesterol level is already set, and you internally make that cholesterol that the body needs for the cells to help with your hormones. Okay. Vitamin D production. You literally make that cholesterol through the liver. So you are perfectly calibrated with it. The second source of cholesterol is what you eat. Okay. The second source of cholesterol is what you eat. So here's the power in knowing that your body produces cholesterol and also understanding that cholesterol is at the very beginnings of heart disease, right? It's the accumulation, right? That's why high cholesterol, your doctor is immediately trying to get you to lower that cholesterol number because it eventually builds up into plaque, and the plaques eventually will rupture in your arteries, flow downstream. They'll cause a blockage or an occlusion. And at that point, you're said to either be having a heart attack or a stroke. But if we rewind that scenario, right? If we back up just a little bit and understand how our cholesterol levels get elevated, understanding that the liver produces and is perfectly calibrated a level of cholesterol that is particular to your body, how you function, your height, your weight, your size, your activity levels, and you are constantly producing that level of cholesterol that you need. The food sources, right? If they are animal food sources, right? And the animals in particular that we choose to eat, right, frequently, like chicken or beef, right, or pork, right, and all three of these, or fowl, right, turkey will be on the table for Thanksgiving. Their bodies, their biological functioning, right, they also make cholesterol. So the only way you can add to your cholesterol level is to eat another source of cholesterol, which would be another animal whose body also makes cholesterol. So let's pause right there, right? Your body already makes cholesterol. Here's your perfectly calibrated level. And then over time, we continue to consume the chicken, the pork, the beef, right? These animals that contain cholesterol. And then our levels rise because the body, right, can't get rid of it. It actually doesn't know what to do with it at a certain point. So it just deposits it right? It makes deposits in the body because it's a waste item, because your body doesn't need it. And so now you have this buildup that's occurring in several areas and several places, right, in your arteries. And now you have the beginning of heart disease. Now the doctor, your levels are rising and you're over 180, you're at 200, you're at 225, you're at 245, right? And your overall cholesterol levels are rising, right? Your total cholesterol. And it is unnecessary. So, cholesterol is only found in animal products, and that includes milk, right? Your dairy, your yogurt. That also includes fish, right? So your salmon, your whitefish, your tilapia, cat. I mean, the list goes on and on, whichever you choose. Um, they're all going to contain cholesterol, right? And so this cholesterol is wreaking havoc in your system, all right? So much so that it is the number one, the top risk factor considered when we talk about heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, right? Which we talked a little bit about last week. And here is the balance point: fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, right? And even fungus or fungi, which is what a mushroom is, they contain absolutely no cholesterol. So we do have a balance point. So, in other words, grapes, strawberries, pole beans, string beans, kale greens, mustard greens, turnip greens, collard greens, black eyed peas, green beans. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, especially if you think about the Thanksgiving table. All of these great and mighty vegetables, right? Your brown rice, white rice, they contain no cholesterol. There's no cholesterol in grapes. There's no cholesterol in apples. There's no cholesterol in mangoes, right? And so the list goes on and on and on. If it comes from the plant world or the fungus world, right? Mushroom gravy, there is absolutely no cholesterol. So we do have a way, we do have a balance point, and I actually work with people all the time to empower them to going into the doctor's office. If you walk into the doctor's office and the doctor tells you, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Smith, your cholesterol is high, your cholesterol is at 230, we need to get you down, needs to be under 180, you need to be closer to 150, it's extremely high, and we're going to suggest a cholesterol lowering drug. You and consult with your doctor, because now you can do what I call nutrition math. You know the source of your excess cholesterol. You might want to talk to your doctor about a dietary change and give it a try for 90 days, right? In conjunction with your doctor. I always suggest you do these things in conjunction with your doctor, right? Because as a nutritionist, I don't give medical advice, and I'm not suggesting that any medical course of action. I want to be clear about that. But I do want you to be able to do the nutritional math. Your cholesterol is high, it's due to your consumption. We've seen results of people dropping their cholesterol 20, 30, and 40 points by making a change in diet. And I'm not talking about a small change. I'm not talking about increasing, you ate 2 salads a week. I'm talking about a real change where you are taking some things off of your plate and adding some things onto your plate, because we always want to make sure that you are in a place of balance. So you do have to decrease the amount of animal tissue you're eating, which is where the cholesterol is located. And then you do have to increase those fruits, those vegetables, those grains, drink more water, put green tea into your diet. You can really, really make a change when it comes to the amount of cholesterol in your system. And I want to be clear about that, especially as we are a week away from the holidays. You can make some minor changes that can really help you um, adjust and not fall victim to heart attack season. Okay. And I want to do a brief reminder. We talked about a couple weeks ago, we talked about last time I was on what food is biologically. So I just want to stick a pin in that for a moment and let you know that food biologically, meaning what your body considers food, not what you consider food, not what your mother considers food, not what society has told you you are food, and understanding, which is an entire seminar, that most of our nutrition information in America, and particularly the Western world, is given to us by industry, not by science. And so the biological definition of food is only five things that must uh, that must be in this naturally occurring substance. It must have fats and carbohydrates, it must have vitamins and minerals, it must have fiber, it must have protein, and it must have water. Okay, fats and carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals, fiber, protein, water. Those five. If it's missing any one of those five, right, then your body does not consider it to be food, and prolonged consumption of the non-food or food-like item will lead to disease. So, for instance, and I don't mean to pick on chicken, but it is low-hanging fruit. No pun intended. But the chicken and all animal tissue contains no fiber. So your body automatically is at a disadvantage, does not consider it food because it is missing fiber. And not only is it missing fiber, right? Animals, chicken has a skeleton, right? There's no fiber. Not only is it missing fiber, but it also has saturated fat and cholesterol. So no fiber, and you have saturated fat and cholesterol, right? Whereas if you're eating black eyed peas, right, minus the smoked pork, right? If you're eating black eyed peas, the black eyed peas have the fiber, right? No cholesterol and no saturated fats. But it has the fiber, the protein, the water, the vitamins, minerals, and the healthy fats and carbohydrates that you need. So that's the balance that we're talking about. And we want you to be nutrition literate, right? We want to be nutrition literate during the season because it is our nutrition illiteracy that is driving heart attack season. And we can make some shifts. We can really, really make a difference. So hopefully, if you had a chance to take a note or two, I want to go over a few tips for the holidays, and hopefully we can get through these um, before we end. We've got maybe about 10 more minutes. Before I go into the tips, if you've heard me speak before, I just went over the definition of food, right? But I love sharing with audiences, if you understand and get that definition, here is what food will never do. I'm going to say that again. Here's what food, as defined, right? The healthy fats and carbohydrates, the vitamins and minerals, okay? The fiber, the protein, and the water. Those five things. Has to have those five things to be considered food. Here's what food, as defined, will never do. Food will never cause a stroke, right? Grapes just won't do it. Mangoes won't give you a stroke. Neither will black eyed peas. They won't create obesity. They won't give you diabetes. They won't make cancer worse. They cannot cause a heart attack. And food is not capable of elevating your cholesterol. Now, that is called intelligent design. And our goal over time, which has been my goal, and it's a journey, is to increase our nutrition literacy so that we literally can escape these cycles, right? That just have us or seem to be affecting a huge part, especially of the African American population in the Western world. Okay. So food will never do that. Never cause a stroke, create obesity, give you diabetes, make cancer worse, cause a heart attack, elevate your cholesterol. Food as defined will never do that. You'd have to be eating a substance that is food like, food adjacent, or just plain food ish. It's edible. You've been told it's food, but your body does not consider it food. Therefore, it wreaks havoc, in the body. Okay, let's get to a few of these tips. All right, because I know you headed to Mama Nim's for Thanksgiving, or you hosting Mama and them, or the cousins, or the nuclear family. So we want to give you, maybe 10 or so tips, maybe a few more as we go through this, so that we can start working our way out of heart attack season, right? And so we can have the holiday season be a great time of joy. The kids coming home from college, reconnecting with family and friends, and talking or sitting with or holding those grandbabies. And for years and years to come, until the grandbabies are no longer babies, they're in high school, and you're watching them go through the same cycle as your children did, because you reduced and you knew how to um, exit the heart attack cycle, right? You became nutrition literate. So here we go. We got to go step by step. You can only start where you are. At the Plant Based African Center for Nutrition, we teach start where you are. Everybody may be in a different part of their journey, right? When I started my journey, I was bumping my head against the wall, but I was determined to make a shift, become more nutrition literate. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and high cholesterol at the age of 29. And actually, my birthday is next month. I'll be 54, my birthday. So 25 years that I've been on this journey, but I started eating Big Macs with no meat, right? It may sound crazy to some, but I had to find out, I had to get these results. And today, at 53 and 4/5, or 53 and 11 months, with 1 month to go until I turn 54, I am disease free. I have never had a medication. And as a Black man born and raised on the south side of Chicago, in my age category, with no disease, having had no medications, I'm in less than 1.5% of the population of my peers. So let that sink in. Okay, let's get to those tips. So here are some plant-based African tips for holiday eating. Number one, reduce the main animal offering to one dish, right? So if you are in a household, or you grew up in a household, or you're planning the Thanksgiving, our table didn't just have turkey, right? My mom and dad were both from the South. So we had turkey, we had a honey baked ham, we had there was roast beef, could be one year, could be a pot roast. Dad could break out the barbecue grills, right? The turkey could also go on the grill, but there could be ribs, there could be chicken. So the advice that I give people is, this year, reduce the cholesterol. um, One main offering, right? Or if you're at a group, right, just choose one. Don't go for all three, right? They're going to help you elevate your cholesterol level, right? It's going to reduce the amount of oxygen your blood can take in. I mean, there's just a domino effect to having all of that turkey, ham, and beef on the holiday. So pick one, right? Reduce the main animal offering to one. Number two, make all the sides you can animal free. You don't have to put animals in the greens, right? But not only that, you can make your potato salad, right? You can use a plant-based mayo. Hellman's makes one. You can find it at Target. You can find it in Jewel. You can find it in Pete's. Hellman's plant-based mayo. You can Google it, look it up, and use that. Make potato salad with it. Make your macaroni salad with it. Just Give it a try. Whatever sides you're making with mayo, give it a shot so you can take some of that animal out. Baked goods. Try a vegan bakery this year. Order yourself a pie. Um, those are the things you want to look into. Take a holiday cooking class. Use YouTube. You like making your own pies and desserts? See how you can make one plant-based. Give it a shot, and don't give it a shot the day before Thanksgiving. Try it this weekend, so you'll be prepared. If you don't want to take on a new cooking project, try catering part of your meal. Right? You're curious. There are several vegan plant-based restaurants that cater in the city. Go take a look. You can Google them. Uh, Prepare your meal if you cater or you're going to go pick up some things and take it to Mama and M's house with you. Right? Don't go empty-handed. Right? Go prepared. Go to Mama and M's house with something in your hands. Uh, Try the foods before Thanksgiving. See what you like this weekend. Give it a shot. Right? If you're going to cook, convert an easy dish. Start with spaghetti. Spaghetti's easy. Check the spaghetti sauce. You've got your noodles. Usually the spaghetti sauce is already plant-based unless it's Prego because there's cheese in it. So read your ingredients, but convert an easy dish. Partner with a family member that might be leaning toward vegan or vegetarianism, and there is power in partnership. So I want you to do that. And then last tip, don't engage in the diet debate. Enjoy your family. Don't try to convert people. Don't make it a big topic. Just do what you do, and then look forward to the results that you're going to get. All right. So, and last tip, have fun and enjoy your decision. You want to reduce the cholesterol. You want to minimize the effects of what heart attack season is. So, if it's Thanksgiving, if it's Christmas, just take those tips with you, and let's exit the cycle. Let's become nutrition literate. Last thing I want to say to you is engage with us. We really appreciate this program, but we want to help support you as well. In January, we are hosting our January jump off, where we do a 30-day January plant based or vegan experience led by me and other mentors. You can join us. Just look for us at PBA Center for Nutrition org. PBA Center for Nutrition.org, and join the January jump off. Come in with me. We've got our plant based mentors. We've been doing these groups for the last almost a decade. So join us, PBA Center for Nutrition.org, right? The Plant Based African Center for Nutrition. We really appreciate your time, and let's exit heart attack season and become nutrition literate. We appreciate you. We thank you so much. And feel free to send us comments. Let us know if this information helps. We love you, and we'll see you later.